In this experiment, we are going to learn determination of total hardness of water by using EDTA by complexometric method. So for this, we need to have standard calcium carbonate solution which we can use for the standardization of EDTA solution. This EDTA solution after standardization we can use for the determination of total hardness of given water sample. And we use some glassware like a burette, conical flask, standard flask and measuring jars and pipettes. So in the first step, we standardize the EDTA solution by using standard calcium carbonate solution. So in this method, first we have to pipette out 10 ml of calcium carbonate solution. So in this flask, we have standard calcium carbonate solution which is prepared by dissolving 1 gram of dry calcium carbonate into 1 liter. So that means concentration of this calcium carbonate solution is 0.01 molar. So exactly I am pipetting up to this 10 ml mark. So this I am transferring to conical flask. Now to this calcium carbonate solution we need to add 5 ml buffer. So approximately we can add 5 ml. This buffer is ammonium chloride, ammonium hydroxide combination. So we are adding this ammonia buffer to maintain the pH in between 9 to 10. To this, I am adding EBT indicator. The color of pure EBT indicator is dark blue. The moment we add the EBT indicator to this calcium carbonate solution, this EBT indicator will turn into the wine red color. The reason behind this is this blue color EBT indicator, when it's react with either calcium or magnesium, it forms the calcium EBT or magnesium EBT complexes. The color of those complexes are wine red color. So as already we have taken standard calcium carbonate solution earlier 10 ml we have taken. So that calcium carbonate solution is having calcium 2 plus ions. So these calcium 2 plus ions they react with the EBT indicator and they form wine red color calcium EBT complex. So that the solution turns into the wine red color. Now to this we are adding start EDTA solution from the burette. So this EDTA is prepared, already it's filled into the burette. So this EDTA solution we have to add drop by drop until this wine red color solution turns to the blue color. So you can observe here this wine red color solution turns into the blue. So this is due to the, so EDTA, it can act as the strong ligand compared to the EBT. So now at the end point, so all the EBT ions from the calcium, they will be separated. So now as the EDTA is replacing EBT, EBT is coming out. So already we know that color of EBT indicator is blue. So as the EBT indicator is separated, this solution turns into the blue color. So that means the entire calcium, whatever we are taken 10 ml, that completely reacted with EDTA solution. Now, by using the volume of this burette reading, this reads around, it's about 18.1 ml. So, by using this, we can estimate the concentration of EDTA solution. So, as we done one time titration, to know that whether it is correct or no, we have to repeat the same procedure again and again. If the next second time or third time we get the same values, we can take that value. Otherwise, we have to repeat this experiment for 3 to 4 times. Then we have to take the average value of the burette reading. So this is the first step. So in the second step, we estimate the concentration of calcium magnesium ions present in a sample water. So for that, I will take the fresh conical flask and we will fill this burette with EDTA up to 0 mark again. So in the first step, so we have estimated concentration of EDTA solution. So now we know the concentration of EDTA solution whichever we have taken into the burette. So now using its concentration, we are titrating this EDTA with sample water. So now using the empirical formula M1V1 is equal to M2V2. So we can calculate the concentration of sample hot water. Now in this fresh pipette, in this fresh conical flask, I will pipette 10 ml of sample hot water. This 10 ml sample water, either it can have calcium salts or magnesium salts, or sometimes it can have both the salts. Now to this sample water, again we have to add buffer, ammonia buffer to maintain the pH. At this pH only, calcium and magnesium can react with the EDTA and form the calcium EDTA and magnesium EDTA complexes. And to this, we are adding EBT indicator to know the end point. So you can observe the moment we add this blue color EBT indicator to the sample water, it is also turned into the wine red color. So that means, so this sample water is also having calcium and magnesium salts. So that this calcium and magnesium is reacting with EBT and form the calcium EBT, magnesium EBT complexes. Right? So the color of this calcium EBT, magnesium EBT is a wine red, so that this solution is turned into the wine red. So that means the sample water turns into the wine red after adding the EBT means the sample water is also having calcium magnesium salts. Now I will titrate this sample water against EDTA until get the blue color. So when we add this EDTA ligand to this sample water, that EDTA will replace the EBT from the calcium and magnesium. So we can observe here, so this solution is completely turns out to blue color. So that means that is the end point of the titration. That means at this point So all the EBT is reacted with whatever the calcium and magnesium present in the sample water, so that the sample water turns into the blue color. So now to titrate this 10 ml of sample water, we require 7 ml of EDTA solution. So by using, as I already said, by using M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2 empirical formula, by substituting volume of EDTA and concentration of EDTA, which already we calculated in the first step, and the volume of sample water we have taken 10 ml, we can calculate the concentration of sample water. So by multiplying with this concentration of sample water in a molarity into 10 to the power 5, we will get the hardness of sample water in ppms. Here we can see calculation which were done earlier. So in the first step we can see, so 1 gram of calcium carbonate is dissolved in 1 liter of water, so that its concentration is M1, we can, if you say, that is equal to 0.01 molarity. Now this standard calcium carbonate solution used to standardize the EDTA solution, as we discussed in the first step, in the first titration. So there we use the 10 ml of standard hot water as taken, as we have seen. So that required 13 ml of EDTA from the burette. So its a volume of EDTA is considered as 13 ml. So in the same way that it is repeated for the second time, then also this burette reading shows 13 ml. So as the two times we get the same value, this EDTA volume is considered as 13 ml. So this value we can substitute into the M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2, where M2 is the concentration of EDTA. Already M1 is the concentration of hot water solution which we already get. That solution can be prepared in the lab. Now you can get the M2. So M1 is already concentration of standard hot water. V1 is the volume of standard hot water. 10 ml we have taken. Right. Next, V2 is the volume of EDTA solution, that is the burette reading. If you substitute all these values into the equation, you can get the concentration of EDTA solution. Now this solution we use to estimate the hardness of sample. So this is a calculation for estimation of hardness of sample water. You can see. So in this experiment, we have taken 20 ml of sample hot water, which consumes 12 ml of EDTA for each run, each repetition. So those values again, if you substitute in the equation as we discussed, you can get the M3. M3 is nothing but it's the concentration of sample hot water. If you multiply M3 with 100 into 1000, you will get hardness of water in terms of ppms. So this is the hardness of water, sample water estimated is 823 ppm in laboratory. So like that you can do the calculation and we can estimate the hardness of given water sample. Any water sample if you take, you can estimate its the hardness in this lab by using EDTA method.